Okay, hello everyone. I'm Sean Cheek and welcome to my easy piano lessons. This is a song by Metallica called Nothing Else Matters, and it's actually a transcription from the guitar piece. So what I'm doing is I'm taking what the guitar has and then adding some things to it because the guitar has certain limitations when compared to piano, and vice versa. So I'm just taking that guitar part and kind of embellishing and adding octaves, even though guitar is not doing an octave on certain parts. And so it's really a transcription, my own interpretation of what it could sound like as a piano piece. And this song will be completed on the website at www.webpianoteacher.com. There, you can check that out as I finish this song up. But it's really, a pretty cool song to do. Someone hired me to do it, and I'm really enjoying doing this one. We're going to start, and let me just say before we get going here, sometimes I have octaves here, and you don't have to do the octave. If the octave is too difficult, just do the top note and leave the octave out. It's a transcription anyway, so nobody knows that you're not, doing an octave there. If I wrote an octave, you don't absolutely have to do it. You just leave it out. Just do the single note, because the guitar is certainly not doing an octave there. We're going to start with the low E octave here. And let me mention real quickly what's coming up. We have Elton John, Crocodile Rock is coming up. Also, Angry Young Man by Billy Joel is coming up. So those to look forward to here. Let's start with the low octave on the left hand here. Here's middle C. Here's the next C down. And then here's an E that I want right here. And my pinky, you can't see it, but I'm doing an octave lower, so it's two E's actually together, okay? So these two E's are thumb here and pinky, even though you can't see that E. So a real rich, deep bass sound. The person who hired me to do this really wanted those rich octaves in the bass, so we're going to put an E octave here. We're going to hold the pedal down, and then with the right hand, we're going to take a G below middle C right here, and then a B above that, and then after that we're going to do an E octave, E on the pinky and E on the thumb. We're right in the middle of the piano here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay? And then back to the B, and then back to the G. Now don't worry about the B's in parentheses here. We'll worry about that the fourth time. We're going to do this 3 times, actually 4 times, but the fourth time we're going to do those B's in parentheses instead of that G there. So let's do it the first 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth time. Now the fourth time, actually we are going to do that G, but I'm going to let the left hand take it so that my right hand can come up here and start the melody part in octaves with the B. Now again, whenever I have an octave, which is 2 notes, the same note, 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 A's, whatever, if it's too difficult, leave it out. Just do the top note. It sounds just fine, okay? So don't feel bad about doing that. So the fourth time we're going to play a B octave up here. Here's middle C, so we're up here on B and B. And we are going to do that G. We're not going to replace it. We're just going to do the G with the left hand. Okay? Because the right hand's doing this. So the first time, 1, 2, 3. Fourth time. See that? Okay? And then let's go over the left hand notes here. I have an E octave again, just like the beginning. And then the left hand is going to take this part right here that the right hand originally did. So G, up to B, up to E, back down to B, back down to G. We're going to do it again, low E octave, G, B, E, B. And then here we do G, and then down to an E, down to a B. And then right here we have a low E right there. So I'm taking a little liberty here. The guitar part doesn't have all of that, but since we're doing a piano transcription, I'm doing it in a pianistic style. So I'm adding that. So I'm taking a little liberty here to embellish a little bit. Now, let's look at the right hand part. We're going to have that B octave again that we had right here. Okay? And then we're going to have the B octave again. Alright? And then so B, 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 and then down to an E in the middle. Okay? So, and I like to roll that B octave if you want to. Okay? And then here we have B, B octave. Again, leave the lower one out if you want to and just go. Sounds fine, okay? So B, up to C, back down to B. Now here I just have a single C because it's really too difficult to do octaves on all of those. So I do C, B, and then an A octave. So ba-ba-bum, and I have those curved because they're a group. Ba-da-dum. You can do the octave with your third finger, or whatever you want to do. So B, C, B, C, B, A octave, and then up to the B octave, back down to the A octave. Now right here we're going to have G, F sharp, and then down to an E octave. Ba-da-dum. Now those of you who have quite a good technique will be able to do this. Okay, for the octave part. So starting right here for right hand, we have bum, bum, bum. Alright, let's put left and right hand together. Let's see, let's take this measure, this box, the 4th time, and then we'll go through slowly and put hands together. And of course, whenever you have a line here, when I put a line, a vertical line, you're playing hands together, okay? So the 4th time for this one, and together here, left, left, together here, right hand by itself, and then B, G in the left, and then E, G, and then together here, together here, together here, and then right hand C, B, and then together here, and then together here, and then together here, and then right, right, and then together here. Alright, one more time, the same thing, a little bit faster, a little less talking. Okay? Without the octaves, it would sound like this. I didn't quite do the left hand right, but you see it still sounds okay that way to leave the whole octave out. So let's do right hand right here. We have an E octave, and then we're going to have C, E, and then A and F sharp together here. Again, I'm taking liberty here. There's not an A in the guitar part, but we can do it on piano as a transcription. And then quickly to E, and then C, A. Left hand's going to have an A octave right here, okay? And the thumb and the pinky. And then up to middle A. This is a different A. And then middle C, and then middle E. Back down to C, back down to A. Alright? So hands together here, we have together, and then together, together. And I like to roll that right hand. Right hand by itself, and then C, A. Alright? This box again. Okay? Now let's see how much time we have. We have a little less than a minute and a half. So I'm going to play it without the octaves, and you can hear. I'll play octaves here, but when I get here I'll leave out the octaves, and you can hear what it would sound like. It sounds just fine. I just put them in there just for you guys who want to, you know, extend yourself a little bit and reach out and try to be a little more technical, efficient. So here we go. No octaves. Okay, now let me put the octaves back in. Now I'll actually go through the whole thing. I don't know if I'll have time. Let me do it the 4th time. Okay. Okay, so see, I even missed the octaves there. Although I am at a little difficult angle here teaching the lesson, but nobody's perfect, huh? Good luck to you guys.